Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Normally this would be another high quality foodie feature for you with Ian K here on Peep This Out Reviews, this time on live stream as well as replay, but I thought I would just hang out with you guys tonight, give you a little bit of a preview of some of the things maybe later on that you may be seeing, and just in short, just to say hello and say hi to everybody. So I'll explain why I'm on here in just a second here. It's not going to be too long tonight with everybody, but hopefully you guys can see me okay, you can hear me okay. Give me that thumbs up there in the chat if you guys can hear me and see me all right. It looks like Streamlabs is moving along, so we have our chat popping through here pretty nicely already, I can see. But great to see you guys, in a figurative sense, being that I can't physically see you, but I see the avatar names and everybody jumping on. So great to see everybody there. Let's see who we've got here in the chat so far. I think we have our usual suspects here. I think I saw early. Randy Molina, we've got Iggy Wiggy. Let's see, is that Dharamveer Singh, hopefully I said that correctly. Bobby Kimball. Michael Domayer, again, thanks so much for jumping on. Information's Age. Drew's Food Reviews in the house. You already know what it is with a surprise situation. Great to see you guys. McDonald's has really been lacking the new items. They're falling behind, man. Yes, you know what? I agree. They haven't really had too much, but chances are in the fourth quarter we're going to see that the exalted chicken sandwich from them, which has been testing actually. So we will see. We will see. But great to see you guys on here. Who else do we have? Ed Keaton in the house. Thank you so much for jumping on. Yes, happy Thursday. Little unorthodox to do this on a Thursday, but I'll explain why in just a second here. But it's so great to see you guys. Let's see, Chris C in the house here as well. Freddie Foodie King, what to do, my brothers? Great post, by the way, in your community tab on there, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep that positivity, man. You know, aside from all the nug stealing that you're involved with there, which I know you're getting help for. It's important to stay positive and just keep creating the content that brings you joy, and everything else just kind of follows suit. But again, in all seriousness, Freddie, shout outs to you, man, for sure. And to Drew as well for hitting those subscriber milestones. It is all good. Candace Cherry, different night. Glad I can catch you. Cool, glad you could be here. It's great to see you guys on here right now. We got 32 peeps in the house here right now. Didn't expect that for something kind of random. Normally I do these kind of like in the middle of the day, give or take. But it's definitely great to be on here with you guys tonight, and to see everybody here. Let's see, who else do we have? I'll give you guys a little preview of some of the things that I actually I've been waiting to kind of review here on the stream, but honestly I don't want to do too many chips all the time. That's just kind of turning into a chip fest whenever I do this stuff. So I'll show you what we've got here in just a second, and then of course it's some chips, but I'm going to show them to you anyway because I had never seen these up until recently. So in the house as well. We got some new subscribers popping in here right now. Alpha Kenny Body, thanks so much for subscribing. If you're watching the stream here right now, you're going to see some activity down below. Very cool stuff. And yes, Freddie Foodie King, this is just a lovely situation tonight. Hopefully it's not too hot where you guys are. Here in Pasadena, it's roasting. Still pretty hot right now. And of course, I've got my little portable fan going here, kind of blowing on me here. It is really, really, really warm and crispy here. So let's see here. Who else do we have in here? We got Bill Rupert in effect here as well. Nehemiah Sanders, thanks so much for jumping on. 32 because we're the real fans. That is awesome right there. Dwayne Frost subscribing to the channel as well. Thank you so much, Dwayne. We just keep blowing through all kinds of these subscriber milestones as well. I'm so thankful, I got to tell you, to just be able to do this stuff for you guys and just see this every day. It's very humbling. I have such a blast doing this stuff here. Drew, cupcakes. No. Buzz7332. Buzz, great to see you, my friend. This is straight H2O right now, but the wifey who was in here doing some work previously left me some sparkling ice strawberry lemonade right there. This is actually really good stuff here. Our Vons that we have here locally, these are like $1, like on sale all the time, and they're zero sugar and they're just really, really good. Antioxidants, vitamins, all that good stuff there. So nice indeed. I appreciate that. Let's see, David P. Let's get to 29K by the end of summer. You know what? We'll see what happens here. We're approaching that milestone now, actually, believe it or not. As you can see, 28.8 currently. Craziness right there. Matt, what's your favorite beer? You know, I don't drink beer too often, but if I have a choice, believe it or not, this is going to sound probably whack to some of you guys. I like Dos Equis. Stay frosty, my friends, or stay thirsty, my friends. If I'm going to drink that once in a while. But you know, I don't really have a super favorite. I'm not really into beer drinking too much. Ian's favorite act of Mother Nature took place this morning at 4:30. Yes, 4:29 to be exact, here in Pacoima. not far, I guess a little bit further south on over from where I'm at here, but we had an earthquake today, so yes, kind of crazy, a little bit close to home. I think it was a 4.2 or something like that. I have to kind of catch up on that, but craziness. That stream video that I put up actually is kind of crazy every time. I haven't watched really that since, but I remember going through that, and you guys all know very well what happened there. It was pretty crazy. But let's see here, last couple of things, and I'll tell you why I'm actually on tonight, because I've been building up to this for like the whole month actually, and I don't really do too well with July. Some of you guys may know why, but I'll just kind of explain it here in just a second. Let's see. Let's get to 100K subs, fam. Yes, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. But you know what? It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's definitely something. If you're in it for the long game and you're creating content because you love it, everything will just be organic and it will happen as it's supposed to happen. But just stay the course and just keep putting out the very best that you possibly can. Try not to chase after things, and just really focus on building out your lane as best as possible, and everything else will just kind of fall where it needs to fall. And that's usually how it goes really with anything, which is awesome. Information's age. What do you think about the decision for Taco Bell to remove some of the vegetarian, vegan? You know what? The fact that they're revamping their menu is a good thing. And granted, I was very concerned about the quesarito going away. If you guys know, that was probably the biggest news story out of that, aside from all the other stuff, which they always bring back in some fashion and call it something else. But the quesarito, thankfully, is still available through mobile ordering. So you can do online ordering, mobile ordering, and that's actually a very good thing. But you know what? Change is good, for some things. And naturally with Taco Bell, they're kind of susceptible to doing the same old thing all the time, just with a different, marketing name for what it is, essentially. Even though that grilled cheese burrito, even though it was kind of like a quesarito-esque type of thing, was delicious. That thing is awesome. I definitely love that. I had a lot of fun doing that video, for sure. Let's see here. Yes, crazy episode, Michael Domer. It was. I literally almost had a panic attack on that stream, and it was hard to get through. Thanks for the chips review. You're very welcome. I had so much fun. Guys, give me a thumbs up here in the chat if you guys want to see me to do multiple food review items in one stream. Because if you want, instead of doing just one thing, I can do a couple. I try not to do more than 2 because I don't want to make the title so long for YouTube. You only have 100 characters. But if you like multiple reviews in one stream, let me see here in the chat. Give me that thumbs up if you guys like that there. At the very most, I'm going to do probably 2. Because if you guys notice, I had to label that flavor icons review because I couldn't put them all in there. So I put them as tags for people that are looking for it. But all right, looks like we got a lot of thumbs up here. We got fire from Freddy Foodie King. Very nice. Very nice. Good stuff. Eat everything at one bite. Okay, yeah, that was pretty good. I got to admit, I have done that a couple of times since, just so you know. And if you guys are curious, if you happen to be, the flavor that I keep coming back to out of that group, from all the flavor icons, which I'm still on the lookout for the chili relleno. Believe me, you will see that as a review at some point here in the stream. But the Grimaldi pizza, I keep coming back to that, only because of the vibrant tomatoey type of flavor that it's got, and it's very reminiscent of kind of like pizza like that. It's close because of that. A little bit of the basil you expect, but the tomato sauce is awesome on it. So I got to admit, I do enjoy that. And then of course the jalapeno cheddar. All the other ones are kind of like take it or leave it. The street taco, I haven't had it since I did it that night. I haven't done that one. And the Nashville hot, hardly at all. So, but great stuff from the Grimaldi, and then of course the Philly cheesesteak. Good stuff there. But I had so much fun doing that for you guys. I didn't realize when I watched that video back and I put it out the next day, like I went literally 45 minutes for all the flavors. It would have been like, if I would have done those individually, maybe like a 5-minute per for each thing practically. But it was so much fun interacting with you guys and having fun with you guys, and then doing all the sandwich stuff. It really is a really good time, and that's one of the reasons I think with live streaming, it's why I enjoy it. I don't like to do it too much because I don't want to like blow out your feed with all kinds of stuff constantly. I just want to kind of make you kind of look forward to a few things naturally, but it's so much more fun to kind of decompress on camera with you guys live, and then basically just kind of just hang, for a little while, share some things with you guys, communicate with you guys, use the camera lens as my direct conduit directly to you guys, wherever you happen to be watching from. It's always fun to do. So, good times. Drew, yes, you found 4 chips yesterday. Nice. The chili relleno apparently is a 7-Eleven and Walmart thing only, so I'm still on the lookout for that. I'm going to go on the hunt here probably over the weekend. I have another review that's planned. Probably not going to be, well, it could be tomorrow, but it's not going to be. But my guess is either Saturday or Sunday would be the next thing that you're going to see from me there. I'm going to try, probably most likely Saturday. But this past week, actually, speaking of content, let's just get into that real fast here, and I'm going to show you a few things that hopefully you guys will find interesting. But just so you guys know, today, launch review for the Del Taco Crispy Chicken and Guac Burrito. Del Taco, I know, is more of kind of a regional thing. They have a few locations that are outside the area. It's more West Coast. But the biggest thing, obviously, is the chicken tenders. That's really their biggest thing there, which is something they've actually done. And doing some research on this, I'm doing a quick test because I was thinking to myself, this can't be the only time chicken tenders of any type of crispy chicken has ever been done there. And unfortunately, when you do a quick search for it, you'll see it's been done in the past, 10, 11 years ago, roughly, give or take. They had something called the Big Fat Crispy Taco, a Big Fat Chicken Taco, one of those things. And that's essentially what the essence of what these are, but obviously it's a newer flavor profile. So you have like the habanero, flavoring and things like that as well. You have a basket that has fries, and naturally the Epic Burrito, which is their main burrito line, their upper scale burrito line, which is the review that I put out for you guys today. I was kind of planning this for the last few days, kind of hearing rumblings about this. Actually, when I went through to get my poppers drink, there was kind of like some mentioning, some little blurb about something coming. They were just very, in the forefront with it. So it was kind of cool to kind of see that something was going to be coming around on the 30th there. And naturally, with my locations here, they launched them just a day or two early, give or take. So I actually managed to film this not that long ago. Obviously, you can put two and two together. So it's out officially today. But a lot of fun, to check out. And the marketing looks really cool. The posters look really cool. So maybe we'll do one of these live streams, maybe where I can go through the drive-thru and we'll get like a taco. If that sounds like something you might want to see, let me see a taco here in the chat. Maybe we'll do something in the future here with that while that promo is still going on. So that would be kind of cool. But it was fun to do. Definitely fun to do with that. So let's see here. And then naturally, obviously, starting off with the Del Taco stuff. We got Bust, we got tacos, Nehemiah, cool. I had a feeling you guys might like to see something a little bit different because naturally with the heat being what it is, as we're doing this later and later into the night, naturally it's going to be a little bit cooler and it'll be fun to kind of get out of my my home office studio here for a little while. But naturally the big fish or the beer battered fish sandwich from Arby's, that actually was, and you guys know, if you guys watch my channel long enough and you know me well enough here on the channel to know, fast food fish is not my thing. I very rarely do fish sandwiches. I mean, I could have probably reviewed the BK fish sandwich a long time ago, and I've done virtually all the other promo stuff they have out, which incidentally, the Steakhouse King, I'm sure you guys already know, it's all over the place. It's been back after 3 years. Didn't want to go back and do that again because I thought I covered it well enough the first time, and it's exactly the same thing for the most part. Maybe not using the A1 steak sauce name, same product. But definitely, hopefully you guys have had a chance to see that one there. Of course, I put it in my community tab so you guys can to relive that one. But there's a lot of creators pumping out those videos as well. So those who haven't done it before, it's a great burger to have, obviously. It's one of the best ones I think that BK has. And you can't go wrong with barbecue sauce, bacon, cheese, and a burger. I mean, come on. Even with crispy onions, sold. BK does what they do very well, and that burger was done very, very well. So the Steakhouse King. But fast food fish, that is something in and of itself right there. And for me, like I said, I can't get down with it. I'm not really a fan of fast food fish like that. So to see the version that Arby's had out, and I was thinking Arby's, they have the meats, obviously they stack their stuff, they're always very full sandwiches. How could I not do that? So definitely gave it a go, and I'm so glad that I did. The quality was amazing. You guys saw, if you watched my review, spoiler alert, it was delicious. Not so much on the tartar sauce end of it. It had more of like a Miracle Whippy type of consistency. But the footage, I love the footage in that video because naturally you can see the flakiness of the fish, you can see the freshness of it, and it was bomb. It was just so bomb. It was so good. Chris C says because it's cod. Yes, the quality of the fish has a lot to do with it. And if they all adopted a similar strategy, then I think maybe I would be more of a fan and more inclined to try it out. It's one of the reasons I passed on the fish sandwich they had out at Arby's with the cheese on it. As far as I'm concerned, that's sacrilege. You don't put cheese on a fish sandwich like that. A tuna melt, I get tuna melt. If you guys are down with tuna melts, give me a fish emoji right here in the chat right now. If you're down with tuna melts, let me see who's the quickest with the fish emoji. I can tell you right now, it's the quality of that fish was second to none. So really, really awesome stuff, I gotta tell you. Let's see here. Ed Keaton, you had me at tacos. Yeah, there you go. I appreciate that. Bill Rupert, he's got the Emojipedia open. You guys know me well. Always have that open. If you're going to jump on my streams, you never know what I'm going to ask you for, but it's always cool to see who jumps in there first. So, Bill, I appreciate that. That's very, very cool. Untold Truth about KD. How you doing? Thanks so much for subscribing. I appreciate you. You're new here. Very nice. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here on the stream. Hopefully you're liking what you're seeing. This is an impromptu stream. I'm usually Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But that won't be happening tomorrow, and I will tell you why in about a minute. I'm going to let it go for just a minute or so here, because I got some things I want to show you, some things that I'd like to share, and things that I didn't know if I was actually going to want to do this, but in looking at this stuff, maybe it'll give you a little bit of context, I think, maybe. So I think this is going to be kind of like a nice look into a little bit more of myself, so to speak here. So for those of you who are kind of curious, and maybe who aren't, but may find it interesting, we shall see. Let's see. Kevin Burton Pitts, Ian, what's your perfect burger? Wow. You know what? The In-N-Out Double Double Animal Style No Tomato is probably the epitome of burger perfection for me, only because of the type of burger that it is. But for a home style burger, something with really thick Angus beef, any of the craft burgers, anything from virtually any spot that does a solid craft burger, I'm into watching a lot of the vendor food overseas, like in London. You see there's a lot of videos. I mean, of course I watch a lot of food reviews, as most of you guys do as well, but lately I've been gravitating towards street food vendor videos, things that they have overseas. I love watching Critical East Japan do what he does over there, even though a lot of it is similar to the US. It's just their version. I love the way he does what he does. But the vendor food stuff in London, when you're watching them make these super thick Angus burgers, I'm assuming, or just these thick burgers on these flat grills where they press them down, they flip them, they put the cheese on them, they put the bacon. I love watching all that stuff there. Love watching all that stuff. Michael Domer, I appreciate that fish. Nehemiah as well, appreciate that fish. But yes, a huge fan of the vendor food scene, because I think that's some of the most delicious food out there, because it's like literally it's made right in front of you. It's ultra hardcore fresh. It's thick. It's not super processed. I mean, it's real. It's the real stuff. And when you see the size of the buns, the way they toast them, I mean, I love a good burger, as you guys know, just like anybody, for the most part, who loves meat and who loves burgers in general. But just awesome stuff for that. So, but for, locally, because I live where I live, I'm going to have to say In-N-Out, only because it's very close by, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Let's see. Kyle Broussard, is tomorrow's live stream going to be canceled since you're doing it tonight? Yes, I wanted to jump on tonight, only because tomorrow is a little bit of it's a special day, and I didn't even realize this, and I was looking at my schedule, and I was like, wow, July 31st is a Friday, and that's a stream day. And I thought about the way this month has been going, and I'll just tell you, why. It's July. Well, I'll just get right to it here. Let me just answer a couple of more questions, and then we'll get it right into the purpose of what I'm doing right now. Let me see here. Untold Truth about Katie. Do you like Ken Domik? Yes. Well, I know him personally. He's a good dude. So I know that everyone has their opinion about things, but I can't speak to that. But all I know is based upon my experience and, naturally working with him on a couple of things for sure. Let's see here. Chris C, can we kick one person that thumbs down this video, fellow females? I appreciate you. But you know what? Even thumbs down are interactions on videos, and they help. So believe me, I am all for it. And like I always say, if you don't have haters, you haven't arrived, right? It's all good. I don't take anything personally right there. Yes, Freddy Foodie King, nothing like a good burger. Vivian George, what it do? Thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, so let me just tell you guys, and towards the end of this stream, which is probably going to be not too much longer, just for a little bit here, I'll give you a little idea of what I've got over here that we can take a look at here in the near future. July 31st is a very hard day for me personally, because it's the anniversary of my father's passing. So 9 years ago, tomorrow will be that time since that happened. And every year, whenever July rolls around, I always go back in my head, where I was at that time and what was going on in my time, my life during that time, and things that were just going on in general. And it's very hard for me. And July is extremely hard to make content, believe it or not. It's my hardest month because I use my channel as a way to kind of tune out from it, because it's a very, the way things kind of happen were very traumatic for me. So it's very hard. It was just very hard to deal with. So naturally, when July rolls around, I have to kind of get my mind into, that mode of just keeping it forward and keeping things moving that way and realizing there are reasons why things go on the way that they do. So I decided to, naturally looking at my schedule, seeing that obviously tomorrow was that day, and I've been kind of like counting it down a little bit here and not even realizing it there. That was the reason why I wanted to jump on tonight to spend a little bit of time with you guys tonight. So kind of to take my mind off it as well, because it was a little bit of it's just been this week leading up to this whole thing, of all kinds of other events and stuff too. So I appreciate all you guys dropping all these comments here. I'm seeing all of you guys here as well. So my heart goes out to you guys. So thank you. But yes, it's hard. We all have things that we go on, and we all have things that we put out into the public space. If you're a content creator and you're putting out the things that you do, it's designed to distract you, and it's to distract people that may be going through what they're going through. But when you go through your own stuff at the same time, it's hard to try and do that there. So for me, I've always had kind of a love-hate relationship with my dad a lot when I was younger. So it was a very difficult time. And when things finally occurred the way that they did, and the timing of everything, and it was something it just was a hard thing to do. But here's the flip side to that. Naturally, you can kind of think back and appreciate to how things were when they were different. Of course, you always want to kind of keep moving things forward. And I appreciate all the things you guys are putting in here right now. David P, I agree. Be kind to yourself. It's important to do that. But I don't want to make this stream a downer of any type there. But just know that behind the scenes, while I'm trying to put out the very best that I can for you guys, I'm also trying to make sure that I can keep myself focused and do what I need to do. And move it forward. And yes, Vivian George, I'm well aware that the haircut is due. Although I got to admit, the moms says that aside from my sideburns, which kind of flip here every so often, my mom seems to like this look because this is how I looked when I was a little kid. This is my hairdo, so it is what it is. But on the flip side of that, it's trying to keep everything in perspective and realize that nothing is ever for sure, and we don't know how much time we have here. And it's important to do what we have to do. And in light of all the chaos right now in the world and what's happening around the country, and unfortunately I happen to live in a state that is extremely high for cases for things right now, which is scary in and of itself. Untold Truth, okay, I have to go to work in my Harley now. Cool, thanks so much for jumping on, man, appreciate it. It's now crazier than ever to try and keep it in perspective and keep the good things that are dear. So I kind of wanted to show you guys some stuff because my sister was going through a bunch of different things, and I'm about to give you guys probably a little lesson of something that I don't know how this is going to go, but just seeing this stuff on here, just to kind of give you an idea, because a lot of people usually ask me about me with a lot of different things. So I thought I would show you. Get a haircut, hippie. Way to go. I thought I would give you guys just a little quick history lesson if you guys were kind of curious and want to put some faces to names that you may hear about. So this is actually a very cool picture that my sister gave me because she was going through some things in her garage and moving things around and cleaning things out there. And this is actually some pictures that she found of my family, which I haven't seen in a very, very long time. And I'll kind of give you an idea and explain a little bit about this. But these are my grandparents right here. Let's see if that focuses in, kinda. Hopefully that'll kind of focus in there a little bit there. That is my grandfather and my grandmother right there. A very dashing, handsome couple, so to speak, if you want to call it that there, I would say. This is my father's parents, and these are my grandparents, who I remember very well. When I lived in New York, they moved out to California, where I am now. And really just a beautiful picture. This was obviously, a wedding picture from back in the day, and as you can see, it's a historical piece, but it is really, really just a beautiful picture. And if you take a look at this, I don't really know where this came from, but this is actually my father with a couple of family members who I don't know offhand, but that's my father in the middle, and I guess that's where I get some of my looks from, right there. So just giving you a little something to ponder over, to put some perspective. This is my father. Actually, this is my dad. So I do look like my dad. I know that. That was my dad. I want to say this was in high school at some point here. So, I don't know, this was somewhere in New York. And I don't know, the date on this is 1979. I don't know if you can I think that's the date down over here on the bottom. Now, I was born in 73, so if I was 6 years old, I don't know. Maybe if that's just the roll number. I have no idea. But I've always liked this picture of him. So that's that. So yeah. And just a couple more, and we'll get back to it. Let's see here. You want to see my dad? I don't know how this was done. This is going to be pretty crazy. My father, as a baby, when pictures were like, I guess this is colorized right here, but take a look at that. That is, I guess, what, curly hair? I think maybe this is where I get it. What do you think? What do you think? If this is it, let me see some cutting shears here in the chat. Give me some cutting shears if you think this is where I get my curly hair from, because I have a feeling this is where I do. Glad I can show these to you, Drew. Absolutely. So yeah, my dad had curly hair up until towards the end when he didn't have too much hair at all. And a lot of people love to make fun of the fact that I have a high forehead, but it is what it is. Haircut from Nehemiah. There you go. There we go, Drew. He's got the shears in there. That's right. That's it. And let's see. One more picture here. That's my dad dancing. I want to say this was his bar mitzvah back with my grandmother. Let's see if I can try and focus that somewhat. It's only going to focus as much as it can right there. Probably not very well, but you get the idea. But, yeah, so this picture actually, the last time I saw this picture before, and this is the thing that kind of blew me away with this, the last time I saw this picture was actually back in 2011 when I went back for his funeral. So, anyway, now that that's done, we can get past it right there. So tomorrow will be the ninth anniversary of that. So, you know, tonight at midnight I have to do my thing for what we do in our family, which is kind of like prayer and stuff like that too. So it is what it is with that. So I just wanted to kind of jump on, say hello, and spend a little bit of time with you guys. And because I want to switch gears, because this is a happy time. These are happy moments being on here with you right now. And I appreciate all you guys with all of your kind thoughts here. I'm kind of glancing through as you're going. But good times for that aspect of it as well, to give you a little bit of a history lesson at the same time. So, switching gears here real fast. In my travels, looking for Walmart for the chili relleno stuff there. You're very welcome, Sean Hickox, and all of you guys who are saying thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that there. Sammy Talks, I have one question. What was the worst food that you've ever reviewed? You know, I always come back to that chicken sandwich from Jack in the Box that looked like somebody stepped on it, but I believe there was a bacon soda. There's a few things, nothing too crazy, to be honest there, for the most part, but you know, it is what it is. Sonic, yes, this is just an impromptu stream tonight because I will not be on for tomorrow. Let's see, Freddie, feel you lost my head 24 years ago. Yeah, it is no joke. You never really forget, no matter how much time goes by. And they always say it gets a little bit easier, but it really doesn't. I mean, you compartmentalize it, but it's still something that you always think about on occasion. At least I do. I don't know. But yes, not a good thing there. And I feel for you, Freddie, too. You know, and to anyone who may have lost somebody super close to them, if it wasn't a parent, it's very hard to do. Let's see here. How do you react? Let's see, anime exposure. Oh, Drew, did you find those Takis? Yeah, I've seen them actually. I haven't picked anything up yet, but I've seen them. So I have to see about that. I don't want every Friday to be like a chip thing. So I'm gonna have to do something different very soon. But yes, they're finally starting to to get around, which is a good thing. So good times there. Anime. How do people react when you say "stay frosty" in the drive-thru? You know, a lot of people, they just kind of smile, or some people it just goes over their head. The fact that I'm wearing my mask in the reviews. If you guys like the masks in the reviews, let me see that emoji with that mask wearing fool right over here. Give me like that face that has the face mask on it. If you guys like the face mask in there. Like I said, I was against that in the beginning, but I figured, you know what, this is going to be the new norm for a long time until things are back to normal. So I might as well just embrace it and have a little fun with it, because I have my own merch. As well, which $1 of goes towards No Kid Hungry as well, which you guys are making that a very successful product, and it's just my logo and it's just my little saying across there. But I love the blue. Blue is my favorite, so I love that one. But I'm glad you guys are digging that on there as well. If you guys don't see it down below, for some reason it's not on the Teespring shelf. It's actually just on my regular Teespring in the group there. You'll see it as well. Let's see here. Actually, I think if you sign up for their text messaging, you get 10% off too on top of that, which is really awesome. Let's see. Did I ever review Spike's Sonic Jet? No. Before they were around, they're actually a hot pot type of place now. So I didn't do Spike's when they were down in at least on Valley Boulevard and Rosemead in Pasadena. I know there was one in Covina, I think, a long time ago. But B-Man I did way back in the beginning, for sure. But let's see. Yeah, you guys are digging the master. Thank you. I appreciate all those emojis. That's very cool. I love wearing that thing. Obviously, I mean, I walk in, I get my Dunkin' Donuts. I have it on. People wave. It's kind of fun at the same time. Yes, Sonic Jet, Rosemead and Valley. I remember. Okay, just say the word, Mass. There you go. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe it's not there. I think this is something that everybody should expect at some point. I don't know. Let's see. Vivian, what does the new edition stacked up on top of your showcase look like on DVD? What does that say? What is that new edition stacked up on top of your showcase? Looks like DVDs. Is it here? These are some of my older video games and some book collections, graphic novels. You may see a Batman anthology thing right over here. If it's up over here, these are some Funko Pops. These are some of the chicken fries. I had collect all the marketing, my mac and Cheetos, my first viral video, and the Flaming Hot right over here. You can't see this one over here, but that is Terminator Salvation. That was a pop figure I bought at Magic Mountain years ago when they actually had Terminator Salvation as a cross thing there. Let's see. The mask is tremendous. I'm glad you like it. Very, very cool. I think tonight is the best time for your show. You know why? You don't know if another earthquake might come. Get ready. Hey, you know what? There's been a lot of aftershocks since this happened, so calm down with that. Calm down with that right there, for sure. Let's see. Nathan busting out with the Hebrew there right there. Dark Blaze. Were the donut holes the only donut type of thing that they have at Yoshinoya? Yes, they are the only ones right now, the donut dippers. And that caramel sauce is bomb. I'm telling you right now. Which, by the way, I am trying to get the wifey to go to Donut Man these last 2 or 3 days now, and I think I might have to go myself later tonight if she doesn't go with me, because I'm fiending for a tiger tail. So I'm gonna have to. I may have to make the trip. Buzz, thanks for the chat. Got to get ready for the taste of calico at Knott's tomorrow. Cool, very cool. Be careful, be safe, and we appreciate what you're doing, Buzz, too, for sure, man. It's great to see you. I'm glad I can be on here with you right now to do this early and not miss you guys, for sure. So let's see. Ree, what's your favorite Funko Pop? You know what? Probably, well, right over here. I like Captain Phasma personally, and this is actually the Return of the Jedi set right over here with the Rancor, the Dancer, the Green Dancer, and then Luke in here as well. That was a gift from one of my family members that gave me that there, Mr. Jimmy, mi familia. But I don't really have a super favorite, but I like anything obviously alien related, Aliens, Terminator, any of those characters and that are made like that. You already know. Buzz, Donut Man, maybe I'll go. You should. You're close. Pick me up some donuts too from Drew. Which, speaking of which, let me just tell you right now. Let's see here. Vivian, do I like Chinese food? Chow mein with orange chicken? Of course, absolutely. Orange chicken burrito is one of my favorite things that I've done from Panda, the Innovation Kitchen here on my channel, which, by the way, you should check out on the Panda Express playlist. Hint, hint, hint. Good stuff. So, in looking for the chili relleno chips at Walmart, I came across some versions of Pringles that I have not seen or tried before. Now, I'd seen this one before, and I actually almost reviewed this a couple of weeks ago, the rotisserie chicken from Pringles. And I gotta get this camera thing going with the focus better. There we go, a little bit better. Rotisserie chicken Pringles. This was actually one of the ones that I wanted to do as just a straight review, but I figured, you know what, that's kind of boring. It's just one thing. But when I went to go try and go find those for the chili relleno, I came across two versions of Pringles. Now, firstly, for me, I have never tried the wavy version of Pringles. I just haven't. I haven't had a need to be honest. So it's their version of, I guess, Ruffles, I guess is another way to say it. There's Lay's, Ruffles, and then Pringles has their thing. But I found a couple of flavors at Walmart that I had never seen. So take a look at this. Applewood smoked cheddar. That just looks good. I mean, Applewood smoke is going to be what it is, and of course it's going to be a cheesy chip, and it's wavy, which is pretty awesome. And look at this fire roasted jalapeno. I love the marketing. I love their canisters with this here. Vivian George says favorite flavor is jalapeno right there. So yeah, these actually look pretty cool. I mean, to check out here. So, you know, at some point maybe we'll do like a double review of what these are. But, you know, naturally anything applewood smoke looks pretty awesome. And of course, fire roasted jalapeno. I mean, of course, you know, this stuff looks good. But with the rotisserie chicken, I don't know if I'll do 3 in 1. Maybe just a couple, because like I said, I don't want that title to be too long right there. But they look really good. They look really good. So we'll have to see. Chris C, take care until next time. This is the only channel I get notifications to. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you do. Make sure you guys are clicking the bell down below. But just so you know, and I've mentioned this on past streams, if you guys are not getting notified by your favorite creators, you have to go into the YouTube app mostly on your devices. If you go onto your phone and go to YouTube and then you go under the way that you're alerted for notifications, it's in your settings for the app. Then you'll start getting a lot of stuff you probably are going to want to stop because it's probably going to be too much. I've tested it, I know. So it does work that way. But I'm glad that you're at least getting the notifications from my channel, which is awesome. I appreciate that. Let's see. Reed, you're so descriptive. I love your way with words. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm all about the details. I'm all about giving you that up close and personal and breaking down the details and doing the research on what I'm reviewing. I want to make sure I give you guys something that you can hopefully be entertained by, but also take something away from, and then you know a little bit more about what it is. It's important. It's an important signature I try and put into each video. But thank you. I'm glad you're liking that. Thank you. My heart goes out to you for that comment. I appreciate it. Sonic, I've been on another food reviewer on YouTube named Trippy Foods. Valentino mentioned you. You should check his show. Send me a direct link. I'd love to check it out. Actually, if you can actually Instagram that to me, or even on Twitter, Sonic, that would be awesome if you guys follow me on there, and I know that you guys do. I know you do, Sonic. Definitely send me that on DM. That would be awesome. I'd appreciate that. Let's see. Love their wavy chips from Michael Domeyer. Okay, cool. I've had these for a couple of weeks now, so naturally this is this past week for these. But the rotisserie chicken I've had, but you know, we'll come back to these on a future stream, and we'll give these a go here. So obviously these are preserved, and one of these good till September 2nd, 2021. Okay, so I think we're gonna be okay. September 16th, 2021. So I think we'll be okay there, personally. Dark Blaze, Pringles always comes up with the good weird flavors. It's awesome. Cool. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Chris C, good night. Take care, my friend. Thanks so much for jumping on. Hot day today, finally cooling down from Joey's cleaning lady. Great to see you. It's been a minute. Saber fan. Let's see here. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Vivian, why do you prefer Samsung phones over Apple? I'm a fan of Android, the open platform. And one way to look at Android is think of it as, well, one way to look at Apple is think of it as like a mall. And everything on the inside of the mall, you have access to go into all the stores, but you have just access to everything going into within that environment. Android is everything inside that environment, but it's outside the mall, which is virtually infinite, if I can illustrate it that way for you. So for me personally, I'm just a huge fan of it, and I think Samsung's implementation of it is the best because I love their camera. Their camera stuff there is the main thing. Since I switched over to my Galaxy S20 Plus and using the front-facing camera with that live focus blur that goes around me so I can kind of adjust that and keep the focus in. The only downside against that is that it makes me look a lot older, and it makes me feel like I have a lot more things going on my face than I care sometimes to deal with. So I have ways around that. I'm not going to give away my secrets just yet. But that's the main reason why I prefer it there. So for me, Apple is not really, I've never been a fan of the format. I don't like how it's used. That it's just too, from the way I use my phone, it's too simplistic, and it's just not for me. It's just not for me. I'm more of a power user that wants more of the detail to tinker and alter and stuff like that. So I love it. I love it. And the camera quality, like I said, is flat out amazing. Whenever I do my pull zooms and stuff like I used to do on my camera, you would see a lot more cuts in my videos because every time I pulled away, that's one of my pet peeves is when I show something up on the screen and if I pull it back and it doesn't focus quick, it takes me out of the experience because as I'm talking and doing my thing and I'm blurry, I can't deal with that. And I can't deal with blurry things up close. So it's always something that I'm always fighting with there. So I'm very much trying to make sure the experience is like 100% across the board. So you're getting the content, you're getting the presentation, getting the narrative. So it's important to make that trifecta work in unison with each other. But I'm glad you're digging it. I'm glad you're digging the content there. Saber fan, I appreciate that for sure. Always enjoy your food reviews from KH. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. I should try to do the ghost pepper peanuts from 7-Eleven. They're hot stuff. You know, we'll have to see about maybe some 7-Eleven goods. They've got some good things on there once in a while. They do. They really do. Let's see. Nehemiah is baking some cookies right now. Everyone's in that kind of snacky mood. You know, like I said, that tiger tail is really sounding better and better as I go here. And I haven't really had dinner yet. But I'm very much hungry for a donut right now. Till then, Chris C, hope you're on here right now. Take care. I know, and if you get that next notification, definitely. Sonic Jet's got an S5 still. Cool. All right, my friend. Very cool. You keep rocking that right there. Joey's Cleaning Lady. I was last here in 2017. Glad to see you're still going. What is your opinion on Taco Bell removing menu items? We were just talking about that, Mrs. Cleaning Lady, and apparently it's important that they do a little bit of a refresh every so often. But what's old is new again. So they're coming back with like a beefy type burrito. There'll be variations of the same thing, but as long as the quesarito is still orderable through the mobile app and online, I'm cool with it. But it just means they're making room for other things coming down the line. So we'll have to see what happens there. Freddy Foodie King, true Poppy, I look older in my vids, only downfall to Android. True, I'm telling you, it looks like I got my face beat up and I have all kind of marks all over myself sometimes, and it is what it is. There are ways that you can fix that. But I love the zooming and the camera in general. It's just very high quality, and I saturate. I do a lot of different things to up the quality to make it look like near 2K, 4K quality while keeping the memory size low. That's the goal, is to keep the memory size low. So I have a lot of fun with that stuff there. So let's see here. Last few things before we round this one out tonight. And it turns out, as I always say, I'm not going to be on very long, and I start talking with you guys and I'm having so much fun, and it becomes what it becomes. And I'm not hating on that, believe me. I'm very appreciative of it, believe me. I love it. I love it for that reason. Sean, not sure what I'm having for dinner tonight just yet. I got to check in with the wifey and see if she wants to accompany me if we go anywhere. Might get something kind of light and then get my donut. We'll have to see how that goes. Protogradius, what's your favorite video game? Doom, the original one. Always a fan of Doom ever since my college days, actually. Love that there. But I'm a huge fan of all types of gaming. I love all the genres there. Resident Evil, Splinter Cell, Metal Gear, Super Mario Brothers. I mean, it's all over the place. Contra, up, down, left, right, BA start. You know, the whole thing. How many of you can rattle off the code, the 30 lives code, or the unlimited code for Contra? Just like that. Let's see. What is your go-to fast food chain when you're not reviewing? El Pollo Loco, believe it or not. I'm usually there getting the classic chicken burrito combo. It's $5. It's filling. Comes with chips and a drink. It's all I need. That's pretty much it. Or just the 2-piece meal at the same time. Let's see here. Drew, one word, Freddy Botox. You guys are horrible with each other. That's horrible. Sonic Jet, we love your show and you hope you're doing good. Thank you, Sonic. I appreciate you. And I know that you're local as well, too, there. I appreciate you very, very much. And you know, it's very hard to comment to all my amazing peeps here in the chat when I try to do it as we go, but it's hard. But you guys know my heart's in the right place with each and every one of you guys. I'm trying to answer a lot of questions on some of my videos the last few weeks as well, even a lot more. There's just been a lot of content creation building and a lot of filming, and you know, and obviously with July being what it is and everything we talked about earlier with tomorrow is, I just want to get to August 1st right now. That's really all that I'm looking forward to doing. Dark Blaze, you remember the Cinemelts? Yes, I've never had them actually. That was before my reviewing days on YouTube, but yes, I do remember them as well. Let's see, going down here. Vivian, what is the scariest video game you ever played? You know, obviously, I'm always going to think back to the dogs bursting out of the windows on Resident Evil, because that was actually really, really fun back in the mid-90s or so, 95, I guess, when the first Resident Evil came out. But Outcast is actually pretty good, believe it or not. There's actually a bunch of other ones that are out now that I haven't played, but if I think back to my memory there, my earliest memories are going to be kind of the jump scares. So obviously Silent Hill, Resident Evil. Outcast is a little bit more recent, more of the Xbox 360 days, but they've updated it and brought it along to the latest consoles as well. So I gotta say it was a good time. It was definitely a good time with that. Let's see here, coming down the line here again. Reed, super chat donation coming through there with $1.49. I appreciate you, Reed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And we've got a peach. We got a peach right over there. Pretty soon you're going to see your name in lights here in just a second, as well as down over there. So keep watching for that. In just a second or two, you will see it. Let's see. Sonic, let's hope and pray 2020 ends on a good note. You know what? It has to get better. It just has to, right? It just has to. There we go. There we go. Stay Frosty right in there, and there you go. Read in effect as well. Thanks so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Marv, coming up on 5 a.m. here in England. Take care. Wow, that's craziness for you. Get some sleep, Marv. Get some sleep. Thank you. I appreciate you for jumping on right now. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm glad that you're digging what's going on with here on the channel there. Be here soon and be chilled in the 31st. I will definitely do that. I will definitely do that. Right back at you, man. Right back at you. Stupid Food Show with Jesus and a Tortilla. What it do, man? Enjoyed the live feed and the new Lay's reviews. Still can't even find one of my new Lay's. You know what? I'm still looking for that chili relleno, my friend. I'm telling you, Walmart and 7-Eleven only. So here on the West Coast, we get this stuff late, always. I mean, it's very rare that a lot of those newer chips, newer snacks, the s'mores cupcakes I'm barely seeing. Now they've been out for a little while, so you know, it is what it is. So I'm always a fan of watching all of you guys do your thing with those if you find them. Even though if I know I'm not going to be reviewing them, sometimes I want to peek just to see. But I'm glad you dug that. That was a lot of fun to do. 5 in one shot, the 4 plus the bonus flavor with that jalapeno cheddar. So Mr. Jesus and a Tortilla, that was that's some tasty chips right there, my friend. Some tasty chips. All right, last couple of minutes here, guys. Let's see. If you're into Secret of Monkey Island Loom, oh yeah, it's a classic way back in the day. LucasArts. Those are classic games right there. Same creator. Nice. Tumbleweed Park. Very cool. Very cool. Bill Rupert, I appreciate you for jumping on. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Jurassic the Hunted. Took me a half an hour to kill the T-Rex from Nehemiah. Cool. That's some classic games. Xbox 360 has some great games. Probably one of the best lineups out there. Them and the PS3 going head-to-head back then. Chop up some tortillas, make some nachos. Very nice. Drew, scariest movie I ever saw. Better watch out. Oh, that is so sweet of you to say. It has nothing to do with my little voiceover I did in that movie, does it? But I see what you're doing there, Drew. I see what you're doing there. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun. That's always a fun movie. Vivian George, have I played the Suffering video game? Never. Haven't tried that. Is that what is... It's who the creator for Kojima. Hideo Kojima, I think. Obviously the creator of Metal Gear. I think he had... It's like a VR game or one of these things where there was actually a bunch of hidden code where it was more things that there... It was like some creepy thing like that. But apparently he created something like that too. So I have to see about playing some of those there. Guys, it's very hard as a content creator on the platform to do pretty much anything outside of it. You really have to set time aside and stick to it all the time. That's pretty much what you got to do. But there's a lot out there I definitely want to... I still want to play. Sonic Jet, take care of you as well. Have a good and safe July 20. Safe end of July. See you later. Take care. Definitely. Thanks so much, Sonic Jet, for jumping on. Scariest movie I ever saw was my ex. Freddie, you are terrible. You are terrible. Nehemiah, Ian, you don't know how annoyed and mad I was when I saw the second T-Rex. Well, after battling the first one and trying to get through as much as you did, only to have something else pop up, I can completely understand that, especially when you're gaming. Just when you think that you're out, it's they pull you back in, kind of like Al Pacino in The Godfather. Man, good times, good times. Well, guys, it was great to be on here with you as this impromptu stream has coming to a close here right now because I need to get some food big time. But to everybody here in the chat, and a shout out to Reed over here for the super chat donation as well. I appreciate you, and all the subscribers that have been subscribing throughout the post or throughout the stream here as well too. Thanks so much. Welcome to the channel. If you happen to be here right now, it usually means that you can see that this is playing live, and if you see that I'm here and you're jumping on to see what this is up, thank you so much for subscribing and putting your faith in me. Brand new content every single week, always. Lots to look forward to and a lot of high quality stuff. You're going to see a lot more of the drive-through sequences as well. I know you guys have missed those, and I've had a lot of fun doing those again. But definitely just a lot of fun with you guys tonight, as always, and trying to keep it as positive as possible and to be as human as possible, because at the end of the day, that's how we are. That's how all of us are, and that's how we all should be. So appreciate you for being on here. Proto Gradius, I remember a great Konami game back in the day, great shooter, side-scrolling shooter. You're honestly epic. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm glad I can spend some time with you guys tonight and to wish you the very best for this weekend. New content obviously coming up, some more stuff to look forward to, of course. But there is never a shortage of content here on the channel. You have a whole back catalog of goodness, well over 1,000 pieces of content, which is crazy to even say out loud right now. I just can't even fathom how much work has been put into making all this stuff over the years. But I'm so grateful and humble that you guys enjoy it, and that you give me a little bit of your time each and every time you jump to the channel to check out what I've got going on, what I've got coming up. As well, and of course anything communicated in the community chat. Just so you guys know, Popeyes is bringing back their hot honey chicken, which I reviewed as the hot honey crunch tenders. I want to say it came out around this time 3 years ago. 3 years seems to be the magic number with places. Now, coincidentally, the same company that owns Burger King owns Popeyes. The Steakhouse King is 3 years old. The hot honey crunch tenders are 3 years old, and they're out at the same time. Is that a coincidence? Who knows? But you guys will be able to find those videos that are coming back out again, obviously in the community tab, and you know there's pretty much the same thing to look forward to there. So if you see the stuff that comes out as quote-unquote new, and you don't necessarily see it on my channel the first week that it comes out, jump to the community tab. You'll probably see it up in your feed anyway if you're subscribed to the channel, but you already know what it is. It's been done before, and I usually don't like to go back to do the exact same thing again for that reason, because there's a lot of other things that you can see and you're seeing now, and more to come for sure, along with bucket list items that I've always been curious about. Hint, hint. So a lot of fun stuff to look forward to for sure. So the last couple of things here, let's see. Have a good night, KH. I appreciate you. Let's see, Drew. Yes, I have 1,600. I feel your pain. Drew, you're crazy. You have a lot of content too, but you're mad crazy with the live streaming too. So, and there's some hours put in. I'm noticing some of these. I'm like, wow, that's epic right there. I mean, if you're looking for live streaming content, 3 hours plus on some of those, your internet package definitely is awesome. I'm telling you, it's definitely awesome. All right, Nehemiah, love Ghost Recon. Yeah, it's classic right there. Got 3 headshots in a row, back to back. They had no idea what was happening. Very nice, very nice. All right, so let me jump on back over here, guys. I wanted to say thank you so much. Vivian George, when can we expect the rotisserie Pringle review? Well, we'll probably see. What is the expiration date on this can? Let's see, May 20th, 2021. So between now and then. Actually, it'll be soon. I'm going to see about trying to do something special for next week in some way, shape, or form, and have a little bit of fun and see if this actually works. So we'll see. I may have alluded to it at some point in the stream here. We'll have to see, but we'll have to see there. Let's see. Andrew Sutton. Andrew, how you doing, my friend? Do I like Guinness? Not particularly. Not really a fan of kind of like that frothy type of beer, at least to me. That's not really my thing. A lot of my friends from high school like Guinness. I remember parties and stuff we would go to, and that's like the thing. Guinness was the thing, those little stout little bottles. I'm just not a fan. Not a fan of that. Randy Molina, take care of you as well. And to everybody here in the chat, guys, thank you so much for jumping on. Thank you for allowing me to share a little bit of history. I know that I didn't have to do this tonight, but I wanted to. And again, just a little bit of the history lesson of some of the stuff there. And actually, we all have histories where we come from. And my grandfather was a handsome guy right there. My grandmother, beautiful, beautiful. And then obviously where I hail from, right there. We'll have this going so it focuses just a little bit. Last thing in there, 9 years tomorrow, which is just crazy to say. So 12:44 in the afternoon, very hard time to get by every single year. So, but guys, thank you so much for jumping on here right now. Again, quality content every single week. As always, let me jump back on over to my streaming software and to thank you once again officially as we close this one out. There we go. Back to the schedule for live streaming for next week, of course, and then naturally the reviews, of course, are going to keep coming every single week, at least 2 to 3 pieces of content as well. I'm always doing something at some point all the time, so you already know what it is. So guys, for everybody here in the chat, I'll try and hang as long as the YouTube app here lets me stay on. I'll be chatting away here after this stream ends officially. But to everybody who jumped on here right now, thank you for being here. We got 26 people in the house watching for an impromptu stream. I'm very appreciative for anyone even over 1 right now, and I mean that truly, because I always remember what it was like in the very beginning. And as one creator was talking about, they're only a small channel, and you know who you are, who happens to be a moderator right now. Never think small. Never think small in anything you do. And everything is a blessing from that point forward there. So it doesn't matter if you have 1 subscriber, 1,000 subscribers, or 1,000,000 subscribers, you treat every single one as though they're 1,000,000 on their own, and that's the best way to look at it there. If you're putting out content people like and they resonate towards and it really kind of connects, everything else is just what it is. And look at the community we have here on my channel right now. This is how it should be for most people who are putting it out there on the daily and who are doing an amazing job. And there's a lot of creators who are out there doing amazing jobs, many of whom are here in the chat. You all know who you are. It's important to keep that perspective. So stay positive, stay focused. Try not to let anything get to you. We all have our off days. You know me, I'm being real with you. It happens, and obviously with July being what it is. But just stay focused, stay the course, and definitely be as good as you can mentally to yourself as well as to everybody around you. Very, very important. So with that, this is Ian K officially closing out the live stream on the eve of July 31st right now. And like I always say, we've got brand new content every single week here on my channel. So wait, stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. You know how it is, guys. Thank you so much for jumping on here right now. To everybody here in the chat, you know, I see you, I hear you, I love you guys. I appreciate everything that you guys bring to the channel here, everything that you bring to the party in general here on these streams, and just know that I am super appreciative of you guys. You guys are going to hear it to death. You're going to get so sick of hearing it. You're going to be like, man, please talk about something else. But I can't, because I love you guys and I love what I do here on the platform, and it's just a blast to do. So shout outs to everybody here putting out the content. All of you guys that are going to be doing whatever you're going to be doing this weekend, do it safely. Put on a mask, stop the spread. If you don't put on one of my masks from my shop, not that that's a gratuitous plug, put something on, okay? Put something on, and let's just get past this right now. But I love you guys. I love you guys. I really do. Last couple of questions here. Jumping in, Brian Hunt. If you can eat one fast food place for the rest of your life, what would it be? I'm probably going to have to say In-N-Out, because I'm really feeling it right now, and I've talked about it a few times here, so I'm gonna have to see about maybe possibly doing that, because it's been a few weeks since I've had it. So David P, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys who have been with me since the very beginning, all the new peeps as well, all the new people who are subscribing. Thank you for doing what you're doing, for being here, and I will definitely talk to you very, very soon. And guys, you've got some brand new content already out now. Check out the Arby's review for the beer battered fish sandwich if you haven't seen it already, as well as the epic crispy chicken and guac burrito from Del Taco. And you've got some fun stuff coming up, most likely a little bit into the weekend, but I think you're going to like what you're going to see. This should be kind of fun. So some fun stuff more coming for the future. So I will see you guys soon. And with that, I'm having trouble ending this one because I'm emotional. I love you guys. I'm out of here. Stay frosty. We'll talk to you later. All right, we are stopping it up right now. Again, I'm going to be here in the chat, so as long as this goes, I'll try and type out as much as I can. But again, stay frosty.